Good afternoon, brothers. My name is Corbett, and the theme of my speech is a call to action, Alpha's role in reshaping the national political landscape. The great decision of this generation of Alpha men is whether we shall, with every ounce of our energy, with every dollar of our treasury, with every fiber of our mind and soul, deny the gigantic conspiracy to preserve our status quo and destroy the mighty, monstrous mockery of human decency and dignity. Brother Belford B. Lawson. What responsibilities do we, the first of all, the transcenders of all, have in reshaping the national political landscape? Brothers, I say it is not only our responsibility, but a mandate from the spirit of the 7 men who founded this great brotherhood, that Alpha Phi Alpha men take hold of reins of leadership in this country, and we do it now. Because if not us, who? If not now, when? Little research is required to determine that Alpha Phi Alpha and Alpha men have always been at the forefront of political issues facing not only African Americans, but for the greater good of this country as a whole. This should come as no surprise, for Alpha Phi Alpha is not a social organization, but an organization with a social purpose. Our founders knew education leads to political empowerment, and political empowerment leads to economic empowerment. As such, a voteless people is a hopeless people, and go to high school, go to college, were invented to promote the importance of voting and education in our country. As a national organization, Alpha Phi Alpha has had much influence on the political landscape. Our national organization was paramount in the support of several landmark civil rights cases, namely Alpha Phi Alpha initiated in Finance versus Pearson and Murray, and Gaines versus Canada. Both of these cases dealt with African Americans being denied admissions into institutions of higher learning. Alpha was victorious in both cases, which set the stage for the victory in Brown versus Board of Education. Alpha Phi Alpha was instrumental in its early support of the NAACP, both financially and through supplying leaders in that organization. Aside from the policies of Alpha as a national organization, Alpha men have made a notable mark within the United States government. From United States Chief Justice Thurgood Marshall to Congressman Andrew Young to United States Senator Edward Brooke, these are just a few Alpha men who, as elected officials, use their power to change the national political landscape. From outside of the elected office, Alpha men such as Brother Martin Luther King, Cornel West, and W.E.B. Du Bois have used political activism and philosophy to forever change the political landscape with their elegant and yet undeniably powerful cries for humanity and decency. What does this all mean? We see the 3 methods Alpha has used in the past to simultaneously change our political landscape. Through Alpha men as elected officials, Alpha men as political activists, and through the policies and initiatives of our national organizations and brothers fulfilling these initiatives in their communities. It is clear the history of Alpha Phi Alpha, the history and the struggles and the triumphs of these talented 10 is the history of this country. Yes, not just the history of African Americans and not just the history of the civil rights movement. For these men fulfilled the stated ideas of American democracy, and as a result made the African American civil rights movement an enduring symbol for world freedom. And to this day, we thank whatever gods may be for their unconquerable souls. So we come to this point. What are the responsibilities of us, the sons of the civil rights era, the brothers of Alpha? How can we carry the torch and continue the fight of our founders? Some may say the battle is already won. Others may ask, what is left for us to do? They may assert that we have a black president, we have equal opportunity in employment and education. Still others say we lack the drive and fire imbued by our forefathers. Well, I say these notions are preposterous. When the high school graduation rates of African American males is only 47%, when the number of black men in prison has grown to 5 times the rate it was 5 years ago, to the point now where there are more African American males in prison than in college, I say no! Now is not the time to stand idly by. Now is not the time for selfish indifference. Now is the time for Alpha Phi Alpha men to blaze a path onward and upward as we have done so many times before in our past. From directly addressing unjust tax policies for the wealthy, to promoting a healthcare system badly in need of repair, to fighting unfair immigration policies, or contributing our input on repairing the still broken education system. Brothers, I say there are still battles that could use good alpha men. I will conclude with this quote from the late civil rights leader A. Philip Randolph. A community is democratic only when the weakest and humblest can enjoy the highest civil, economic, and social rights afforded by the biggest and most powerful. Brothers, I ask you again, if not us, who? If not now, when? Who is with me? Thank you.